think people have been talking about the story about Starbucks, that they leave a tap running in every single Starbucks all throughout the world. And apparently it's the Starbucks excuse, because obviously it's caused shock and horror as a waste, Starbucks excuse is that it's for hygiene reasons, because they put the spoons in it. So although it's not very hygienic, a tap running, isn't it? Because it attracts cats to sort of pour it. They love pouring the tap water, don't they? How ill can you get from a teaspoon? Anyway, I've got teaspoons in my house. They're disgusting. They look like they've passed through a Shire horse. I'm fine. Do you think there's a special hospital ward with people who can just blink one eyelid because they had a dirty teaspoon?
I'll tell you how ill you can get. Have you seen Pete Doherty?
Yeah.
That's all from teaspoons.
I had a friend in high school whose mother found out she was doing drugs, and she had antique spoons that she'd destroyed, and that was what she was more upset with than the fact that her daughter was doing heroin. That she ruined her antique spoons.
Her daughter was doing heroin. She's gone, "You've cooked up in the good spoons." You're a disgrace.
Well, you can make a new daughter, but you'd have to buy a new spoon.
You said that, Andy, like you'd make one in a lab.
When you look at Zoltzman, you think he might have made a kid in the lab.
I don't know how you can waste water. We've got the same amount of water as we've ever had. We're mostly water. The problem is it's in the wrong place. It's in Starbucks rather than Africa. That's the problem. The only people wasting water are people going into space when it don't come back. That's the only people wasting water. Damn you, Aldrin!
Did you know that Starbucks is an anagram of burst taps? It's not. It's not. I just like to cheat. Nobody really checks up on anagrams. They just assume you've done the work. They go, "Oh, really?" Nobody goes, "Hold on a sec."
That is a shocking indictment on our studio audience that they went, "Yeah!"
You go into Starbucks, they do the fair trade question now. They go, do you want that as a fair trade coffee? And who in that situation goes, no, I want the other one. I don't want the fair trade, I want the Exploito. Give me the Exploito. You know, really want to hurt some farmers, make it massive and put a picture of a crying child on it for me.
Dealers. And it doesn't look good. He was actually convicted, and they've got video. The prosecutors have video evidence against him. They have audio evidence against him. They've got numerous witnesses. I like his chances.
You think we're getting away with... I mean, you think we've been acquitted of murder? I think we got away with that. You would think after that you'd go, I'm going to keep my head down. You know what I mean? For a little bit.
At least wear a balaclava. He goes up to two memorabilia dealers, holds them up, and they go, and when the police come, they go, "Yeah, it's him on that picture there," or any of the shirts that we sell.
Also, you just think about it, don't you? Think, what a country. Kill your wife, that's fine. Steal 2 signed footballs, life imprisonment.
Do people collect any of your bits and pieces, Jimmy? Do you have memorabilia? Did anyone collect anything of yours?
I think you should have a range of tabletop wargaming miniatures that all look like you.
Just use Lego men. Little Lego men.
Yeah, they've got his haircut.
Yeah. You can talk, you're copying my haircut.
Mine's hip. It's a bit Hoxton. There you go.
Literally, that's it. That's all.
50 quid says someone comes on now to sort it out.
I'll do it. It's all right. I'm professional. OK, shall we have a look and see whether OJ is one of the most talked about things this week? Yay! Incredibly, the second most talked about thing this week. This is the story that OJ Simpson has been convicted of kidnap and armed robbery. On the plus side for OJ, at least the man who killed his wife is finally behind bars. OK, what else have the nation been talking about, Jason?
It's probably the economic crisis again. I don't know a lot about global economics.
No.
That sounds like the start of a song. I don't know much about global economics. I love you, baby.
We all knew deep down that this bubble of prosperity we've enjoyed in recent years would burst. And I hope we learn some lessons. I think there's some important lessons to be learned.
What have you learned?
Well, I think I've learnt from the subprime crisis that if you lend a lot of money to people who have no way of paying that money back, they might not pay that money back. It's the kind of thing you can only learn that by trial and error. Yeah. Oh, that's the only way to learn.
The last time where the world experienced this was in 1929. There was a great crash. And the reason people don't really know much about it or the reasons behind it is because when you're at school, you learn about the Tudors. Which is very bleeding useful, isn't it? So you've lost your house or your savings, but if Henry VIII comes up in a pub quiz, watch me go to work.
Well, we've got Jesus there. We're going to go with the big JC.
OK, in a poll to find the most famous person of all time, Jesus Christ, of Nazareth fame, came second. But who came first?
The only way this can stop us offending anyone is if number 1 is God. And number 3 is the Holy Spirit. That's the only way this is going to work.
Jimmy, where am I? Is it...
You are...
In the world. I moved up. The Doctor.
OK, who would Brits prefer to live next door to, a doctor or a celebrity? What do you think?
Celebrity. We're all nosy bastards. I wouldn't know what they're doing.
You are a celebrity.
I'm a celebrity's daughter. It's different.
You're a celebrity in your own right now.
Why? Because I've had too many tantrums.
No, because you've had your own TV show. You're on TV right now.
You sound like our agent. You're a celebrity in your own right now. You really are.
No, really.
Believe. Now go and fly.
It depends, really, doesn't it, what celebrity and what doctor? Because if it was like a celebrity, it was like Andy, that'd be quite useful, wouldn't it? Every time you need a shelf or a door putting up or your radiator's bleeding, he'd be there for you. But if it was a doctor like Shipman, I might leave it.
I bet Handy Andy's sitting home going, I can't believe I got mentioned. Who would Brits prefer to live next door to, a doctor or a celebrity?
I wouldn't want to live next door to a doctor for reasons, because I don't like doctors. Fair enough, they save your life. I'll give them that. But they have that contemptuous look in their face, don't they? Like, I'm a doctor. What have you done with your life? And now you're ill. You know, I don't like doctors. I think they're scum.
Sometimes they have to take your temperature like that, Sean. Get over it.
I've had the worst one. I've had the camera down the penis. I've had the
camera down the penis too.
Yeah.
Why would you need a camera up your willy?
Look, I'll show you. I'll show you.
I actually looked then, I couldn't stop looking.
Why does no one want to film the inside of my penis?
I know it sounds painful having a camera put in. This was all unpleasant, but this move...
What with mine? They didn't do that with mine. They tied the end of it to an ambulance and waited for an emergency call. I pee now. It takes about half a second. It's just a big. It's like tipping a bucket of water out. I think the thing about the 60s is everyone talks about you going back to the 60s. It's all, you know, it's either really cool and trendy or it's like Heartbeat. You know, the 60s is very sort of fluffy and lovely. And the 60s, you know, nothing really bad. They reversed into a lamb or a district nurse lost her bicycle pump. I'd go back to 1936, Nuremberg, right? And I put a banana skin on the stage. So, totally changed the course of human history. Hitler walks up to give his speech. Millions of Germans going, he's an idiot.
There's other people who would have taken over Hitler's job, though. If to get rid of Hitler, you know, Goebbels would have come in.
I'm not taking one banana back to 36. when Hitler goes, whoa, and then they go, right, Goebbels, I'll put another one down.
Maybe in the future, a time machine gets invented and you already have done that, and that's how they got the Nazi walk, originally. In fact, right? Oh! They go like this. They go, oh!
Oh, yeah, no, I remember.
One time I came home from school, my dad was drunk in a Nazi outfit in the living room. So I was like, OK. See you later.
I was going to say, my dad read the paper and took the dog out last week. Just a less exciting life I've got.
I'd go back and I'd tell a school child me, right, and I'd tell him, listen, nobody knows you had that fight with Kevin Sanderson. Nobody cares.
Did you have a fight with Kevin Sanderson?
I battered him.
You're off this show. Get off. Most embarrassing thing about parents?
Having them.
What's the most embarrassing thing they've done?
I think it was like my 5th birthday. My dad locked all of us into a garden shed and then put the werewolf outfit from Bark at the Moon on and ran around the shed, and all the kids cried and went home.
My dad makes tea every night.
It's another vintage anecdote from the Zoltzman household.